Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Nope, this is not Love is Blind, but I'm about to do that in a minute. Married at First Sight UK, Season 7, Episode 30, and a little bit of Unveiled as well. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. So first to the couch is Matt, who did apologize for his actions at the dinner party the night prior, so good on him. You know, maybe you could think before you act first, but at least you apologize. That's fine. And Whitney.
I feel like because Matthew has a lot going on in his life, I felt like it was manifesting towards me sometimes in ways that I didn't like.
Falling in love with somebody is a scary place you almost try and avoid because it does surface the insecurities.
I just want you to be whole.
Yeah. Me too.
And I'm going to be here anyways, you know?
Yeah.
No matter what, I'm going to be here.
Did I cry? Did I shed a tear? Maybe I did, but that's none of your business. I realized why it hits harder for me with these two, right? The reason why they're not working out. It feels like that right person, wrong time kind of thing, which is something that I'm currently going through, where this person who like, y'all were so hot and heavy in the beginning, it didn't necessarily pan out, but you know you could be so good together. It's just life happens. And so you decide like, okay, let's be amicable, but you know you want it to be more, but it's just not the right time. And it may never even be the time, but that connection is still so good. I feel you, Whitney. I do. We see PJ and Jess. So they got everybody on the couch. Okay. PJ and Jess are on the couch. They talk about how they are great friends, but they left as great friends as well. So there's no surprise there. Shanita's mom has now seen PJ's Johnson. So that's, yeah, that happened. And yeah, we didn't really learn anything new, so I'm just going to move past that. With Sophie and Jonathan, what I deduced from this was that they got comfortable in their relationship and they didn't necessarily nurture romance. Jonathan was also called out on, what was he called out on? I'm having a brain fart right now. He was called out on his comments that he made throughout the season and basically that he needs to grow up and learn how to speak to people.
We spoke every day, morning, night text.
Neither of us had asked if we could go to either person's place and sort of see each other again.
You've said, that's what I do. I speak first, I think second. You're an adult.
Because I'm not a confident person, as sort of a defense mechanism.
So because you're insecure, you need to make other people insecure? You need to project your insecurities onto other people? Babe, you can't belittle somebody into loving you, okay? Grow the hell up, Jonathan. God, this man said, well, because I know I'm not the most attractive. So you need to make somebody else feel unattractive. Hey, which now makes more sense. Ooh, it now makes more sense because when they had a conversation about attraction, this is before the horse legs thing. When they had a conversation about attraction, she was all in on him and he was kind of wishy-washy. And I said, even if Sophie is not your type, you can look at her and say that woman is gorgeous. You don't have to be attracted to her, but you can acknowledge her beauty. And he didn't do that. And now it makes sense. Thomas and Adrian have ended as the best of friends. We knew throughout the process that Adrian had a deep love for Thomas. It just wasn't romantic. So it's no surprise that they are still very close, very friendly. However, now that Jess is in the equation, you would think we'd be able to get to the bottom of this whole Jess, April, George, Shanita drama.
Jess come to me and said that you'd said that I'd been slagging Shanita off.
Awful. That is awful and not something that I want to be a part of. So to you, Jess, I apologise. To you, Shanita, I apologise. To you, April, I apologise.
I just wanted to know who started the damn thing. But I guess we'll never know. Shanita and Jordan are on the couch. You guys, oh, I was having the feels.
He said that he wants me still in his life, still wants to talk a lot. I'm used to relationships where the effort's made in the relationship, then when the relationship's done.
I think that Jordan isn't as into you as he should be.
I think Zoe made a good point, and you don't appreciate me, and I'm not willing to put myself through that again.
What really frustrates me about these two is like, it wasn't even like the wedding and the fantasy of it all that made us be like, oh my gosh, this is so great. Like for the people who've been rooting for Shanita and Jordan, it was literally at the table with the experts when they were talking about putting them together. The compatibility just made sense. But the reality is, just because you're good on paper doesn't mean you're good in person, because you can't account for human behavior. So Jordan, oh my gosh, if you could just get over your commitment stuff, because that's going to be an issue for anybody. Now that they don't have a title in their relationship, he's putting in the effort that Shanita has been asking for in the relationship. Come on, Jordan, get it together. George and April, at the date of publication of this episode, were talking about how they've graduated from having love for each other to being in love with each other, and they fully trust each other and everything's honky-dory. We're going to talk about that on the Unveiled, because it ain't that anymore. Keisha and Kwame, every time I see this man on my screen, my blood, okay? My blood, it boils. They're talking about the disrespect that Keisha experienced in their relationship, and this man is like in denial.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily go as far as to say an apology. I did nothing but praise you, not only as a queen, as a business owner, as a black woman. So me saying what I said, if it offended you, I apologize for that.
I'll say thank you because you said some nice things, but you're good at doing that.
Was there a point where you had completely fell for Keisha?
Absolutely.
When was it?
When we went away to the mini break.
The man has seen footage of him being an ass to this woman. And even if you don't perceive it that way, you can visibly see that she was affected and she was hurt by the things you were saying, the things you were doing. And so the fact that it was so hard for him to apologize was really pissing me off. And even though he ended up apologizing, not every apology needs to be accepted. So yeah, you should apologize, not because it will be accepted, but because it's the right thing to do. And I'm sorry, I don't believe this man when he's like, oh yeah, I fell for her at the couple's stay. No. I highly doubt there was ever a moment where he fell for this woman, because he would have had some decorum in this relationship. Laura and Richie also hit the couch, and basically Richie's now saying he has been opened up to the possibility of love. However, Laura has been saying that this was her last chance, and she is doubling down on that. It's a painful reality, but romantic partnership is not in the cards for everybody. God forbid. But it's not in the cards for everybody, right? So it's like it's kind of sad. But then you're also like, there are other ways to experience love in life. It's not always through, companionship in a romantic sense. So yeah, I just think for her, she gets in her way a lot. Because yes, Richie was not as experienced in relationships as she was, but she came in with this is already the way that I am. I don't want to have to teach anybody. I don't want to have to bend. I don't want to have to compromise. And that was never going to nurture any kind of relationship. Zoe and Jenna are last to hit the couch, and they talk about how they've managed to make it work on the outside.
It's going well. Like, we're making time for each other every week. I feel like safe around Zoe. I feel like I can be myself. Happiness.
That's beautiful.
Do you see some love percolating here?
Yeah, definitely.
Kudos to them. Okay, kudos to them. I will always eat my words when I have to. It's a reality show. Honestly, it's not that deep. So, honey, you like it. I love it. I'm rooting for y'all. I hope that it lasts. And I think that it might, Jenna talks about now feeling safe with Zoe. And at this date of publication, they hadn't said that they love each other yet, but they have very strong feelings for each other. And with Jenna, her fear of kids was that she had never been in a safe, loving environment to even think about kids. So now that she's expressing safety and feelings of love, working towards it at the very least, maybe kids might be back on the table. Who knows? Moving on to the unveiled portion. Zoe and Jenna are still together, and they have now said, I love you. Awesome, right? The other I love you couple, George and April, not together. I was livid that they did not get into it. I understand people have been calling Channel 4. Is it Channel 4 or is that the Australian one? Yeah, Channel 4, right? E4, whatever. trying to get what's his name removed from production and all that stuff. I mean, the show was already filmed and the contracts have been signed. I'm sure they were going to see it through regardless. So I understand that maybe the allegations are the reasons why they didn't go into that, but I wanted them to go into it because I feel like what I've been saying about George, always taking and not giving, was going to be the detriment of their relationship. And so I'm not surprised that they're not together, okay? What I am surprised by, though, is that George, what's his name? Jordan, is still trying to work on things with Shanita.
I have not given up hope.
What?
No.
No, Paul.
No.
Yeah, exactly. No, Paul.
I'm
Absolutely
not.
not.
No, I refuse.
Do you want her back?
That's what we're doing now. We're speaking every day. We're FaceTime every day. We're dating again.
This is what I'm saying. Jay, stay on that path.
We are the most two-faced audience ever.
Yeah, I agree. Everyone.
Because earlier we was like, I'll bonfire upon him, and then all he said was, I'm trying to. We went, ah.
Listen, I'm with Paul. I feel like the story is still being written. I don't think the book is over. I do think it's Jordan's relationship to fail. If this man cannot mature, if this man cannot step up to the plate, then he's going to lose her for good. And that's going to be sad because Shanita is a great woman, has her own pitfalls, as we all do. But these two, they just work. I need y'all to work. I don't need y'all to work, but I'd really like for y'all to work. You know what I mean? Like, they were a couple that from the onset, I was like, I love it. It seems so pure. It seems so genuine. It seems like it has great potential, and that could still be the case. So who knows? Keep an eye out. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next season. I can't believe it's over. When is Australia coming? Because we need to keep this going. I'm going to have withdrawals very, very quickly. And I'm not going back to Married at First USA. Please don't ask me.